Good morning, and welcome back to Cold Waters. I'm David Steele, or Captain Numpty, and here's me boat. And today we're in a Swiftsure class vessel. Now this is a fictional scenario for a couple of reasons.
Sonar lost contact. Master 3, last bearing 052. Contact breaking up.
It's going to upset the Chinese. Okay, so we're in a fictional scenario because we're actually in HMS Swiftsure, and this is the 2000 South China Sea campaign, and Swiftsure was taken out of service before the year 2000. Putting all that to one side, the mission today is to intercept Soviet attack boats, or Soviet submarines, that the Russians are sending to reinforce the Chinese, because we seem to be doing a reasonable job in this campaign. Well, at the start of the mission, I really didn't see much of anything. I saw a couple of merchants, Master 3, Master 1, and Master 2, and that was it. Well, Master 3, I don't know if we can see this. Yeah, I identified this as a Chinese freighter with some suspicious-looking green pieces of cargo on the deck. And so decided that maybe they should say hello to my friend Miss Tigerfish. I fired that Tigerfish a long time ago. Yeah, given that there's lots of secondary explosions taken on board, I don't think they were sending pieces of fruit to China. Anyway, so I fired upon this target some considerable time ago at quite a long range, and given that the target, well, we can actually see it's 20,000 yard travel time, more or less, to reach the target. So yeah, Tigerfish has got a 32,000 yard range, or not 32,000. So we fired at this some time ago. That did not get the Russians to start pinging me. No, because I was still getting no reaction from them. Guess they weren't calling my bluff, so I pinged them. Yes, I know. You're a submariner, and this very thought fills you with dread. I do apologize, but yes,
Sonar, launch transient from Sierra 6.
I was not looking at that when it happened. That's bad.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Well, that's pretty terminal. That's actually a pretty cool shot.
Launch transient from Sierra 4.
But it would have disintegrated in reality. But anyway, right, we need to go somewhere else.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Boy, this escalated quickly.
Maneuvering. Making turns for 10.
It's fine.
Make turns for 15 knots.
What I'm going to do is make this torpedo active, the Spearfish and Torpedo 1.
Maneuvering. Making turns for 15 knots.
And I don't see the torpedo, so we're going to get my depth down. We don't really need to be fair. So dive plane down 5, ballast down 30. Get ourselves down to about 1,200 feet. I'm going to switch. There's a little wheeze.
900 feet.
Switch back to the view of my submarine because we can see incoming torpedoes. Well, there's mine on the way out. I don't see anything from that Sierra yet. Launch it. Oh, it's someone launch again.
1,000 feet.
So this may be an interesting example of how you can use Tigerfish and Spearfish together. To explain what I mean, I'm going to go ahead and launch a Tigerfish as well. We're going to launch it, I think. Let's see. Let's actually do it here. What's that? 3,000. We'll do it 4,000 yards away. I'm probably going to lose the wire when I fire this, but we'll see.
Shoot 2-3.
I did
Aye,
not.
Sir.
Okay, I'm surprised at that. Now the reason why I'm launching a Tigerfish as a follow-up to a Spearfish, and it might seem like an unusual choice, but there's a reason for this. So number one, Spearfish is a fantastic weapon against these deep diving, fast Russian attack boats. It's what it was designed for. It's designed to go ahead and kill the Alpha, which can do 40 knots and reach 2,000 feet. I believe that was what they believed its specifications
sonar
were.
regained contact on Sierra 4, bearing
Okay.
022.
It's interesting. He's getting pretty close as well. I wonder if I be turning away. I want to switch back to this view here, see if we can see anything. There's a little bit of a wheeze doing this, because the reality is you wouldn't have this sort of situational awareness, so I kind of want to avoid doing that if I can. But going back to the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
it's interesting, is if the enemy submarine is busy, I'm actually going to divert this tigerfish to go and hunt for this Victor, I think. If the enemy is busy with a spearfish, the tigerfish is a surprisingly quiet weapon, especially in navigation mode. It can sneak,
sonar noisemaker bearing
can sneak up on the bad
007.
guys. And if he's busy evading a spearfish, wouldn't it be fantastic if he gets killed by a tigerfish that sneaks up on
Con,
him?
fire control, weapon acquired.
It's not that likely to happen, but it could. Now the Victor 2 is quick enough that the tigerfish is going to struggle to catch it. Its role here is less to be a genuine threat and more to be a, oh, he's also got this in the water as well. So the plan here, the spearfish is going to do most of the killing, but the tigerfish is there, it's just going to float around and potentially be a bit of backup. Now I feel like pinning with my active sonar, they know where I am.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 005.
This spearfish might actually go for the Victor 3. Might detect the Victor
Con,
3.
fire control,
There you
weapon
go.
acquired.
Look at that. It's gone back to the original target, which is clearly close. See, I'm wondering now if we want to send. I think I want to send another spearfish towards this Victor 3. Let's get someone.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 6, bearing 001.
Right, so Sierra 6 has probably just had a bite taken out of it by a spearfish. So the perfect example of how tigerfish is going to follow up and hopefully take care of this guy.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 6, last bearing 000.
Brought my speed to
Make
5
turns
knots.
for 5 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Given I want to avoid using the view, I've just seen a torpedo launching there. There's another torpedo being launched. Okay, that's bad.
Come right to. Make turns for 30 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Yeah, that is not the best news I've had all day, let's just say. So we're going up to flank, firewalling the throttle here. We're gonna, don't really wanna, I'm gonna keep these two torpedoes in navigation mode. We, however, have decided we need to go somewhere else. So we're gonna head west.
Come right to 270. Helm eye.
It's the tigerfish
Con,
wire.
fire control, we've lost the wire.
There goes the spearfish wire. Oh dear. Oh, yeah,
Passing
I've got,
1100 feet.
I've got plenty of weapons in what the game calls the VLS. So Swiftsure class had an interesting torpedo
Con,
arrangement.
helm. Steady course.
It's got 5 torpedo tubes, and they're midships. They're not in the bow. The enormous big sonar takes up all of that space, so they're midship. And the 5th tube is, I believe, on essentially I want to say the keel, but it's not really a keel. It's not on the keel. It's underneath the sonar, and it fires downwards. But you can't
Con
really.
sonar torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 045.
You can't reload it in the conventional
Con, torpedo
sense.
room, tube 2 ready.
Okay, I am gonna have to avoid a torpedo. That's always fun. Right, so what was happening here was that the enemy submarines were wireguarding a bunch of torpedoes on my anticipated, essentially where I would be, and they got that right. I slowed down to take a look, which I maybe should have done sooner.
Con,
Reali-
sonar, torpedo in the water, torpedo in the water, bearing 043.
Realized what was going on, and now two of them have detected me, and they've presumably dropped to my depth. Now, the
Con maneuvering, making turns for 30 knots.
crew don't believe it's tracking me right now, so I've turned away. As they detect me at the edge of their sensor range, that some of the torpedoes, I think they all do, they will tend to circle and descend or ascend. Depth. Great. Well, of course, they're facing away from you as they start to circle, and if you're right at the cusp of range, if you can get out of range in those precious few seconds you've got, you can make some magic happen.
Passing 1,200 feet.
I'm going to switch back to my boat view here, I think. Right, so you see in the background, and hopefully YouTube will let you show this, you've got a torpedo up high and two, I'm guessing, circling down low. Now YouTube the compression algorithm might hide these from us. But yeah, so what's happened is that they were dropping, facing the other way, and I managed to sneak out of range. One up high, it looks like it's still, it's in a straight search mode maybe. Let's switch to those weapons so we can take a look. So F3. What's this? Well, this is it's a Russian torpedo. See another one up there as well, and these, yeah, these are doing the... One's doing the swing back and forward search, the other one's not. Okay, let's try another. That's one of mine. I guess that's my tigerfish. Or is it my spearfish following someone? I don't know. Yeah, it's in a search pattern. And in the distance, if you can see it, it looks like a sunken ship. Okay, so next weapon. It's a Russian, I believe. Not sure. This weapon. That thing is, I think that's the high torpedo searching for me, and I don't see myself down there. Okay.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 040.
And here are the two torpedoes circling, I think. Right, I'm going to switch back to the map view. To me first, map view, okay. Alright, so it looks like that Victor 3 is under threat from the spearfish that I sent that way, which is great. I'm going to change my course. We're going to head to 305.
Come right to 305. Helm aye.
Drop to 5 knots. Actually, we're going up to 300 feet. Drop to 5 knots.
Make depth.
Make
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
And we'll ultra quiet it as well at the same time, so we can get a,
helm. Steady course.
hopefully get a better idea of what's happening with those torpedoes. There we go. I was able to put enough distance between me and them.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 4, bearing 042.
I go look at those weapons again. See the spearfish tracking the Victor 3.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 6, bearing 000.
I think this is it,
maneuvering,
because
making turns for 5 knots.
a couple of noisemakers there.
Con sonar, regained contact on Master 2, bearing 356.
Hey, we got something. Okay, looks like it was just damage. Let's go back to the map view. In fact, let's go back to my view first, and then the map view. So one of the things I did with this game, this mod, is I reduced the warhead of the spearfish and the older tigerfish to make it more representative of what YouTube, Wikipedia, which of course never lies, what it says the warheads are. So it means that the spearfish is a little less deadly. And the tigerfish, this is the Mod 2 Star or Mod 2 Improved. That has a humongous, great big warhead. And that will make a mess of anything that it can reach.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 7, bearing 359.
Just can't always reach things. So I'm guessing that the Victor 3 he's going to be limping right now. Don't know if he has headed to the surface or not. I didn't hear his emergency ballast go. There's 4 torpedoes essentially behind me. 2 are circling. Two detected me and then lost me. And the others haven't detected me yet, so they don't know where I am, I don't believe. Yeah, none of them are able to get a good ping on me. So Swiftsure, maybe an older boat. She's still got it where it counts, so to be fair, this spearfish does make a huge difference. And if you can hear the dogs outside, it's not our dogs. I've got the window open because it's such a pleasant day in Texas. It's not 300 degrees real feel. I'm wondering to that tigerfish to see if we can find it. Do we have a look? Not a tigerfish, not a tigerfish, not a tigerfish, not a tigerfish, not a tigerfish. A tigerfish, well, what's it doing? It's still in search mode, okay. It's possibly got the Russian crew's nervous. Another thing I did with this game was I removed the moss. The moss was in service with the Royal Navy for a period of time.
Con, dive at 300 feet, dive I.
But was taken out of service in, I believe, the mid-90s for the US Navy. I don't know when or if it was removed from service for the Royal Navy, but I'm going to suppose it was about the same time. I'm going to pause this recording. I'm going to go and close the windows because the dog barking, if you can't hear it, I certainly can, and it's getting on my wig. So, I'll be right back. And I'm back. Wonder if I should have got myself a coffee at the same time, but I didn't, so fine. Yeah, so using tigerfish to follow up a spearfish attack, it shows off the huge difference in performance from these torpedoes. The mod I've added, or the mod I've tweaked for the spearfish, gives it an 80 knot attack speed.
Con sonar Sierra 7 is cavitating.
Most these are. They're moving quickly across the
Come
map.
left to 270, helm
See if we
I.
can go back to that tigerfish. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's following anything. No, so I think they are. If cavitating, it's for a different reason. I'm getting ready to take another attack here. It's Victor 3. Let's see, where is he? Oh, he's on the surface. Hey, you know what I've got in mind for you, Sonny Jim? Yep, got a harpoon with your name on it. Let's get up to 200 feet, though.
Make depth 200 feet, dive I.
These guys up here, what are they doing? 34 knots, they're pretty quick. So they, 17, they have, Sierra 6 at least, has a spearfish written all over him. Got a surprise for you too, sunshine. First things first, let's get up to periscope depth. Or get up to 200 feet. I can
Con,
attack,
helm, steady course.
I can attack from 200 feet, but I think what I want to do is maybe go periscope depth. Pop up the sensors. Let's see where the other... Oh, there's another one on the surface. Oh, yeah. So this will do a couple of things if they're on the surface. If I attack them, the harpoon, I might just kill them. That'd be great. I'm actually going to take a look at Sierra 6. Let's F2 that. Look. Oh yeah, you got a big hole on you. That's probably a spearfish size hole, and he may have decided to drop depth. And sometimes the Russians they'll head to...
Con, dive at 200 feet, dive I. Make depth 5 feet, dive I.
They'll head to the surface, and presumably to get the crew off, because that's what I would do. And then the commander or the captain of the boat will possibly take it down lower and attempt to
Con,
torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Give NATO something to think about. I think what I want to do... You're not on the surface. Sierra 7's not on the surface, but Sierra 4 is. Can't see him yet.
Passing 100 feet. Make depth 4, 5 feet, dive I.
Get up to the surface, we'll pop the radar, and we'll give you a harpoon. And it may not get in, but it might do. And as soon as we've launched the harpoon, we're going to get back down to 300 feet. I'd love to take a view of this, to watch the harpoon kill a Victor 3. I think it'd be hilarious. It always is, whenever you can manage a submarine kill with a harpoon. Yeah. Right, let's take a look.
Raise the radar mast.
There you are. 15 knots. Right, let's take a look. Very good boat, this. Big hole in the side. Are you diving? No, I don't think you are. Okay. Right, well, let's give you one of these. In fact, let's, just because we can, let's give you 2 of them.
Shoot tube 4. Aye, sir.
Con, torpedo room, no reloads available.
Right, let's do
Downscope.
that. Get myself down to 300 feet again.
Make depth
And
3,
let's,
0 feet, dive I.
Oh, Sierra's noticed me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fire a spearfish towards these bad guys.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
1,000 yards. Okay, there we go. Right, let's watch some weapons. Not what I wanted to watch.
Passing 100 feet.
That's my spearfish on the way, I believe. Yep, looks like it. And here's a harpoon. Okay. Quick check on the Victor. Yeah. You've got a surprise coming.
Con,
Oh, there you are.
torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Oh, she's going to be good. Kaboom. How about one of these, Ivan?
Con sonar lost contact. Master 4.
Passing 200 feet.
See ya. I shouldn't take glee, but killing a submarine with a harpoon is just it's a big hole. Is priceless, and his crew had the chance to get off the boat, and so that's good. Right, let's get back to here. Let's get back to here, and let's put my HUD back on, and we're almost at 300 feet, so that works for me. Follow up with a.
Passing 300 feet.
I'm tempted to follow up with a tigerfish, but I'm going to launch a second spearfish with a wire attached,
Shoot tube 5.
and then I'm
Aye,
going to follow
sir.
up with a tigerfish. So there's no
Con
wire.
sonar launch transient from Sierra 6.
No, there's no wire on the tigerfish, but really what I want this to do is, if there's any mopping up to be done, then the tigerfish is going to be the one to do it.
Con, fire control. We've lost the wire.
Yeah, we know. That's fine. Right, I think what I want to do is get my speed to... I'm going to lose sensor resolution on these guys. I think I am. Let's split my torpedoes. Can they detect me? Yes, they can. Okay. I mean, they also saw or heard the missile launch as well. Alright, well, there's one on the way to me, so let's get up to 15 knots.
15 knots. Maneuvering I.
She's going to drop my depth as well.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 7. Last bearing 350. Contact phase.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 15 knots.
Come right to 091. Helm I.
So we lose resolution on the contacts when the
Passing 400 feet.
when the towed array loses its signal, but looking at this, it looks like we've got a torpedo that's anticipating where I'm going. Or maybe that's a spearfish heading. Hopefully it's a spearfish heading off, because it seems awful close. Because we're moving at 15 knots now, and that's going to make a difference too. I'm going to make spearfish and torpedo 1, tube 1 live, like so. And it's going to run in at a higher speed than the torpedo
Passing 500 feet.
in tube 5. And it'll attack 1, and hopefully the idea is that the torpedo in 5 will attack the other one. And then anything that happens to survive...
Steady course.
bobs up to the surface because I'm out of harpoons, will attack with the tigerfish just to properly insult them. Right, so steady as she goes. I am nearly notching their torpedo, but right now
Passing 600 feet.
there's a good chance it's wire guided. It's not going to matter a great deal if I notch it or not, until I at least directly threaten one of those submarines. So, if they have any sense, they're going to turn tail and run. But maybe they want to honor me, respect me from taking out that Victor 3 with a harpoon. I don't know.
Passing 700 feet.
Swiftsure dives pretty quickly with ballast, though, which is nice. She's going to notch just a little bit.
Come left to 067 helm I.
What I mean by notching, you run your course to be perpendicular to the approaching threat. So here, the threat is essentially you want 90-degree angle between yourself and
Passing
the
800 feet.
incoming weapon. Now, yes, you present the biggest active sonar profile. I'll show you what I mean here. So let's jump back to my boat here. They're actually approaching from this side.
Con,
and
fire control, weapon acquired.
I want to watch that. Hang on a second. Alright. I'm going to use the active sonar on Torpedo 1. That's pinging will give me a better picture of what's happening out there. Right, let's go back to me. So,
Passing 900 feet.
their active sonar is seeing this image of me, and that's the bounce back it's
Con
potentially getting.
sonar, noisemaker, bearing 341.
That's a pretty big size. As you change your aspect ratio,
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
as you do more of a head-on,
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
you're getting a smaller return. But here's the other thing: as I
Con,
move,
fire control, weapon acquired.
as I move
Passing
relative,
1,000 feet.
as I move relative to the target, this is my
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 340.
this is how quickly I move off the screen.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
So the torpedo's constantly got to be changing its aspect, constantly moving around to try and find me.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
As opposed to head on, I got to zoom out a little bit here. There's only a little
Passing
small difference.
1,100 feet.
In fact, there's barely anything. You're on screen for a lot longer. You're on the sensor for a lot longer. And I'm diving here, which makes a difference. But really, you want to stay the same distance from the target, and I can't easily do that. But we're still in view. Now, it's bigger now, but we are diving. I do have to switch back to this view here and at least follow up on what's happening. Very interesting. They've put those torpedoes in
Con
search
sonar,
mode.
noisemaker, bearing 340.
They're going to be USET 80s. Those are nasty pieces of work.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
I think it's 3,000 foot sensor range estimated. Let's take a look.
Con, fire
3,000,
control,
yeah.
weapon acquired.
Now, this is interesting. This looks like one has just hit something. What do you know? One has just struck something, and 5 is still targeting something. So I don't know whether 5 is targeting same target or not. Let's take a look. Let's jump on. Right. So we got the active sonar going. I'd love to see what's happening with my boat because we are potentially under threat. Tells me he's trying to surface.
Con sonar,
Maybe.
noisemaker, bearing 339.
It's coming up like a fart in the bath, that's for sure.
Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 7, bearing 338.
Let's go back to the map view. I would love to tackle Sierra 6, I just don't know where he is right now. Let's give this sweep. Let's tell my spearfish to just divert away. It's going to keep going for other contacts. Right, let's take a look. Is
Passing
there
1,200 feet.
anything here? Detect anything?
Passing
But-
1,200 feet.
Because really, I'd love to have the tigerfish take care of this.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 33.
Passing 1,200 feet.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Okay, well that's probably a negatory. Let's see, am I going to be 3,000 foot away
Con,
from...
fire control, weapon acquired.
Yes, you said 80 here.
Con,
No,
fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
not quite. I think I want to sprint a little bit. Yeah, I do.
Con, fire...
Come. Make turns for 30 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Okay, I'm
Con,
going to
fire
dive.
control, we've lost the wire.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 7, last bearing 335. Contact faded.
We're not going to dive, we're already at 1,200 feet, you numpty. Right, so what we're doing now is we're
Con
running...
sonar, noisemaker bearing 334.
We got him. We're running away from this torpedo. It's high, I'm deep. It's shallow, I should say, and I'm deep, so there's a good chance it might not detect me. But I really need to be 3,000 yards away when it goes active, and it's probably going to be round about where this blue line is south of me. So I'm close to 3,000 yards away at this point, but I'd rather have just that little bit of safety margin there. And I think we are going to be okay,
Passing 1,200 feet.
but safe not sorry, I think, because as much as I like the Swiftsure, I prefer it without a USET 80 sized warhead. USET 80 warhead size hole in the side. Yeah, I think we are good.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Let's go ultra quiet. Let's go ahead and head towards the Victor 3.
Come right to 041. Helm aye.
And I'm gonna reduce my depth. I'd like to see where Sierra 6 is.
Con, helm, steady course.
I got some spearfish for you, buddy, and maybe a tigerfish. We have
Passing 1,100 feet.
5 oh boy, look at that. That's bad. That's very
Make
bad.
turns for 30 knots. Maneuvering aye.
This thing's coming right at me.
Passing 1,000 feet.
And it's oh boy. It's an awkward depth. Right, I'm gonna head to the surface, I think. Yeah, I could be in big trouble here. Let's turn towards it.
Passing 900 feet.
Come left to 329. Helm aye.
Fortune
Passing
favors
800 feet.
Fortune favors the brave. So the reason why I'm turning towards it is it's not gone live yet,
Passing 700 feet.
and it may not go live until after we've
Con
passed.
sonar, torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 310.
Yeah, okay. Never mind. This is bad.
Passing 400 feet.
This is really bad. Okay, let's do some evasion then, shall we?
Passing 400 feet.
Okay, I want to get my depth to roughly 400 will do. I'm going to keep my depth constant right now. At least I can knuckle it. Let's turn away. I'm going to turn a harder port. Ballast on
Knuckle
full.
formed.
Have a noisemaker, and we're going to now dive. See if this works. I don't think it will, but we'll try it.
Passing 500 feet.
Really, it's following me. But wait a second.
Passing 600 feet.
The map disappeared, but okay.
Passing 700 feet.
I can see.
Passing 800 feet.
Yeah, dropping like a stone.
Passing 900 feet.
Let's try and turn this way. It's still going to detect me. I'm pretty much
Passing 1,000 feet.
convinced of that, but it'll be okay because we've got a bit of distance between us. Get my depth to 1,200.
Passing
I know
1,100 feet.
I could completely stop. And
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 30 knots.
that would make me immune from that torpedo, but there's a bad guy out there who will not stop firing at me, especially if he thinks I'm stationary. And he's pinging me actively, so he's going to detect me. Alright, I guess we'll tell George the autopilot to get me to 1,200 feet.
Make depth 1,200 feet.
Okay.
Dive aye.
It's swinging around behind me. I expect now it's going to detect me.
Dive
There it
at
goes.
1,200
So whoop.
feet. Dive aye.
We'll see it dive down. Turn, put it right on my tail. So,
Con, knuckle formed.
Yep, it's on me. Okay, we figured as such.
Come left to
So-
328, helm aye.
What we can try and do is lead this torpedo back towards the contact.
Con, helm, steady course.
The one remaining Russian submarine that we've detected, and actually we know now it's over here
Come
somewhere.
right to 354,
See
helm
this
aye.
active spike. Alright, I'm going to switch back to my view here, I think. I want to come up
Con,
to maybe
helm, steady course.
600 feet very quickly.
Passing 1,100 feet. Passing 1,000 feet.
Now I could drop a noisemaker, but it's not really going to help
Passing
me that
900
much.
feet.
Okay, that'll do.
Passing 800 feet.
Push forward on the dive planes. Bring the ballast up. 700 feet. I did say 600. I would lie and say I meant 700, but 700's fine. So more likely to find the enemy contact at about this
Passing 700 feet.
this depth, give or take. So that'll do for now. And then let's take another look here. Let's lock that to that. And a little bit to starboard hard of port. Give it a knuckle.
Con, knuckle formed.
It's going to drive through it, so we're going to keep turning to port. Okay, then it did the whole... I'm going to turn to port too. Okay, well, we're going to turn to starboard, but we're not going to go full starboard rudder. We want to not knuckle right now. Now we'll go full starboard rudder. It's detected me again. Then we're going full left.
Con, knuckle formed.
There's the knuckle, and I'm now going to go back to hard starboard. Just watch it go to starboard now. Oh, it didn't. Okay, good. So it's gotten a little close. It's 500 yards. Slacken my turn off, so we're barely going starboard, and when it circles round behind me, we're going to go ahead and about now go hard
Con,
port.
knuckle formed.
There's a knuckle, and we'll see if it sees through that. Just to be a little safer, we're going to drop my depth with ballast.
Con,
Yeah,
knuckle formed.
It's turning away, and I did knuckle there, but I want to get away from this thing. This is not an encouraging place to be.
Passing 700 feet.
And I'm way close right now, I think. I don't like this. Still,
Con, knuckle formed.
another knuckle. Let's see if we can get it to sniff somewhere else. Okay, good. It's turning to starboard now, so we're going to head towards the contact. I think I want to reduce my depth a little bit. So,
Passing 700 feet.
what? Drop a noisemaker. And turn a bit more westerly. Now, this can go one or two ways. This thing might decide to turn port towards me. And if it does, I'm continuing the turn. Hey, it's not. Okay, it's going the other way. Great. I want to not knuckle. I'm going to drop my depth, or increase my depth.
Passing 700 feet.
Come right to 349, helm aye.
Passing 800 feet.
Burning a little bit more of its fuel off.
Passing 900 feet.
It's going to come around and it's going to pick me up again. Pretty sure of that. There we go.
Passing 1,000 feet.
Figured it would. It's right on me. Hey, look at
Ring shift
that.
for ultra quiet.
Did not expect that. I guess it was
Passing
operating at the
1,000
edge of
feet.
its range. Get my depth to 600 feet then.
Make depth 600 feet. Dive high.
Now there's every chance that this submarine has
Con sonar
decided
regained contact on Sierra 7, bearing 324.
that it wants to head back to the motherland of Russia.
Con sonar regained contact on Master 1, bearing 314. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 6, bearing 3.
Oh, you have another torpedo out. That's not very nice of you.
Come left to 280, helm aye.
We probably want to do something similar there. Let's not be turning so hard when we fire, though.
Come left to 308, helm I.
I think you're close. You got a good
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 6, last bearing 349. Contact faded.
You're close and you're quiet.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 6, bearing 349.
Have one of these. I think.
Con sonar
Oh,
launch
there he is.
transient from Sierra 6.
Now I know exactly where he is, which is here. I don't want my torpedo to run up that way. I'm going to run it. I don't know what depth it is. Let's take a look at this torpedo here. That might give me a clue. It's pretty deep. Okay, this is what I'm thinking then. We're going to head west. I'm going to try and notch this, or more west. We'll try and
Come
notch
left
this.
to 260, helm
I'm going to
I.
reduce my
Passing
depth.
600 feet.
And we're going to get ourselves up to about just 110 feet, give or take. Let's run my speed to 15.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering
I'm
aye.
making this spearfish active immediately, so it cranks on to 70 knots, and I'll hopefully engage. Okay. Jousting at medium or
Con
unknown
maneuvering.
range
Making turns for 15 knots.
for the Sierra is not my ideal
Passing
place
500 feet.
to be, but I've certainly been in worse situations. At least I can hopefully hide. This is a
Con helm, steady course.
fairly quiet boat. I also feel the need for some coffee, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording, pause the game, pause the recording, and I'll be back when I've got coffee and I'm feeling suitably caffeinated. And hopefully by that point we'll be at 100 feet. Hold on to your hats, this bit might get a little
Passing
bumpy.
400 feet.
And welcome back. It's been a period of time in the real world, and the good news is that my spearfish has acquired the Sierra. The Sierra's damaged. We were able to get a look at him briefly. Now there are torpedoes heading my way. I can't detect them right now, and I can use F3 and flick through them, and that's great. In fact, I should do
Con
that now.
sonar noisemaker bearing 007.
That's one of his torpedoes.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
That's mine that's pursuing the Sierra. We'll come back to that one in a second. There's another torpedo, and it's shallow. It's like it's in search mode, or it's circling. No, it's in search mode. That's probably the one directly ahead of us.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 6, last
Oh,
bearing
looks like we got him.
005. Contact breaking up.
That is interesting. Let's switch back to the map. Let's see if we can see Sierra 6. Yep, there he is. Alright, second tigerfish. Okay, great. That's all fine and good, but yeah, there are more torpedoes heading my way. Anyway, so here's one torpedo. It's heading south. See any landmarks? Like a piece of wreckage or something.
Con sonar. Torpedo in the water.
Mhm.
Torpedo in the water. Bearing 010.
Okay, that's answered that then.
Make
That's
turns
that's very bad
Recon
news.
sonar. We are cavitating.
Passing 100 feet.
Don't doubt it. We need to go. We need to get low and fast, I suppose. Let's switch back to my vessel here.
Passing 200 feet.
Con sonar. No longer cavitating.
Making a bunch of noise. There
Passing
it is.
400 feet.
There it is. Okay, let's put my tail to it, like so.
Passing 500 feet.
We
Passing
may
600 feet.
have gotten away with it.
Passing 700 feet. Passing 800 feet.
I think we have. Okay, good.
Passing 900 feet.
Right, I'm just going to turn a bit more
Passing
west.
1,000 feet.
So having taken out the the final Sierra. Of course, the wires are
Passing
broken.
1,100 feet.
These torpedoes are not guided anymore, which is nice. Well, not guided by the host submarine. So that's one, and we did the same trick where it just detected me. We were able to change course and depth very rapidly and get out of its detection range as it circled round. I'm happy about that. Now, are there any others? There may be. Let me go ahead and head 270. Let's do that here.
Come right to 270.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Switch to ultra quiet. I'm actually going to aggressively drop the speed.
Back emergency, maneuvering aye.
Switch back to map view.
Make turns for 5 knots, maneuvering aye.
Okay. So
Con
the
sonar regained contact on Master 1, bearing 312.
so the torpedo
Con
that
sonar regained contact on Sierra 5, bearing 036.
the torpedo that detected me, and then I managed to get out of its detection range, is now circling. So it's not going to pick me up unless I stray too close. That is not going to happen, hopefully. And that's it. There are only 2 torpedoes. I think I want to take a look. So let's go back to F3. So here's one searching at shallow depth. There's one circling at shallow. I think there may be another one here somewhere, but it's difficult to tell. Can we see anything? Oh, that's okay. Well, that's the one circling near me, so okay, great with that. This one is the one I think we can detect to the east of us. Yes, because there's the destroyed Victor 3, so let's take another look here. There are only 2. Okay, well, it looks like then that we have defeated 3 modern Soviet boats and taken out a Chinese oil tanker, I believe, and survived unscathed. Well, that's good. I'm going to accelerate time. I don't think there's anything else. I don't really feel like pinging actively to find out. Well, what weapons have I got left? 4 spearfish. Oh, 4 is good enough to take on 4 in theory. Possibly 2, given the damage is a little less. Well, I'm going to call it for this one. I think the Swiftsure did us proud again.
Come left to 241, helm aye.
It's been quite a great boat.
Con, helm, steady course.
I found myself asking, why is the Swiftsure being such an accomplished Royal Navy boat? Then, of course, it was introduced in 1973, but that's the same year as the original Los Angeles class, and it very much is a contemporary boat. Just from 1992, when Spearfish was made official, it gained a lot in terms of ability. Well, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close the video, I think. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you got something from this. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, you know exactly what to do. Thanks so much. I'll hope we see you the next time. Goodbye.